Thanks for joining me for Friday morning chats. Today we're talking about permissions. So under the link to this live, there is a handout in case you want to follow along on how to give yourself permissions. So that's what we're talking about today. So permissions, we're going to first read a quote and then we'll dive in. You have permission to rest. You are not responsible for fixing everything that is broken. You do not have to try and make everyone happy. For now, take time for you. It's time to replenish. That's taken from Daily Inspirational Quotes. All right, so permissions. What image comes to mind when I hear about permission is I think about when I was in school and I had to get permission to get up in class to go and sharpen my pencil. And generally, as adults, we don't really think about permissions for ourselves, right? But it is actually a really wonderful exercise to put yourself through. And I would argue, if you get the hang of it, it could be like an everyday thing. So let me explain a little bit more. In the light of what's going on right now, one of the things that I'm talking to everyone about, and I have to often remind myself, even though I know it's happening, is we are all experiencing a across the board level of stress given what's going on, that people are getting sick, that lives are greatly impacted. There's a new level of stress and what's going on out there that we may not see, but then also how our lives have changed very directly, right? And we are very quick to not recognize how that impacts our emotional health. Our emotional health is more important now than ever. Okay. And so, given that blanket of like stress, anxiety, especially too, with having some uncertainty about how long this is going to take and what's going to happen and all that stuff, this is a great time to think about permissions. So, a starting point for permissions is, what do I need right now? What do I need right now? I don't know about you, but I'm often on like go, 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 just taking care of business. What do I have to do? What do I have to do? What do I have to get? What do I have to take care of? All that stuff. And I don't really ask myself, what do I need right now? I'm recognizing that I do need something more than ever because I'm feeling more stressed. And that is consistent with the folks that I'm talking to on a very regular basis when I'm doing therapy sessions. Another way of prompting yourself to start thinking in this vein is, what is the kindest thing I can do for myself right now? What's the kindest thing I can do for myself right now? And to get at what's true for you and your answers within, the answers are going to be very specific to you as an individual. And so this is more about what you feel inside, connecting to your real feelings, and what needs do you think you need to have met. So something else to kind of think about to get this idea rolling is identifying what things might be getting in the way of taking care of yourself. Is it the expectations you put on yourself? Is it expectations of others on you? For some of us, for many of us, it's hard to ask for help. It's hard to reach out. So when we ask this question about what do I need right now? What do I need to give myself permission to do? Some of the answers for folks are to stop, to just stop and rest. For others, it might be to begin something, to make a first step. For a lot of us, if our expectations are playing a role in our lives, and expectations are good. I mean, those can be really good things, but they can also be a hindrance. If I'm gonna, for instance, make a pledge to myself or make a goal of like, okay, I'm gonna start exercising now. If I can't, an expectation might be, okay, well, if I'm exercising, that means I'm gonna go hog out and run for an hour. So the notion of like just going for a 10-minute walk might not feel like it counts because of expectation. If I can't do it a certain way, then just forget it. Just throw it out the window. Give yourself permission. Go easy on yourself. We're really hard on ourselves. Sometimes giving permission to yourself might be just to let yourself feel. Like, I give myself permission to be afraid or anxious. I give myself permission to have it all together. A lot of us have to do a lot of things simultaneously, and we can't do things the way we'd like to do. And so that's okay. It's okay. If not now, when would that be okay? Okay. So I'm hoping that this has spurred some thought provoking questions to ask yourself. And the handout helps probe a little bit more for you. And I encourage you in the comments of this Facebook Live to share with us what you do give yourself permission to do. Sometimes it's, I give myself permission to say no. All right, have a great week. Next week, we are going to be talking about anxiety and overfunctioning and underfunctioning. We are put into an anxiety response a lot more often than maybe we have been before. So I think it's pretty fitting to talk about that. So have a great week, and everybody deserves emotional health, and giving yourself permission is one way of doing that. Take care.